Hello guys, welcome to Everything Metallurgy and welcome to day 48 of 100 days 100 concepts. Today in this video I am going to explain you about what is DBDT. What is DBTT? Actually it is an abbreviation for ductile to brittle transition temperature. Okay, this is what is meant by DBTT. Okay, so DBTT is explaining you about a temperature where there is a transition of mechanical behavior of a material from ductile to brittle behavior. Okay, so usually at low temperature some materials will be acting in a brittle manner, whereas the same material when you take to a higher temperature it actually acts as a ductile manner. Okay, so why is it happening? Okay, so this is actually this transition. As you come down from high temperature to low temperature, you can see that the behavior of a the behavior of the material is changing from ductile to brittle, right? So this is actually studied by DBTT, and we all know one of the best example of this is Titanic. Okay, so why Titanic ship has failed when it got hit the iceberg, right? So the material with which the ship has been made is such that it is actually behaving in a brittle manner at that particular low temperature. That's the reason why it has failed in a brittle manner suddenly, right? Now many people have studied after this Titanic failure, and they came to know that fine, usually BCC crystal structure materials are actually showing this DBTT characteristic. And how they have studied it? They used impact testing. So we know impact testing is one of the important mechanical testing for us. So mechanical behavior change can be attributed with the energy absorbed before the fracture. Energy absorbed by the material before the fracture. This is actually studied, and the energy absorbed is directly proportional to the ductility. That means if the energy absorbed is high, the material will undergo ductile behavior, whereas if the energy absorbed is less, then you can say that you see brittle fracture. So this particular impact testing is done at different temperatures, at different range of temperatures, and we have calculated something called as energy versus temperature plots. Energy versus temperature plots have been calculated. So which will look something like this. So on this secondary y-axis, let me take percentage brittle fracture, whereas on this y-axis, let me take the energy absorbed by the material, and on the x-axis we have temperature. So the energy absorbed actually at low temperatures is low, and as we go along it is increasing. As you can see, this is 0% and this is 100% brittle fracture. So this low energy means what? Low ductility, or you can say brittle fracture. So you can see, right, the changes of both the curves. So when a material actually is absorbing more energy, it has less percentage of brittle fracture. That means it has brittle fracture. So DBTT can be characterized in many ways using different criteria, right? So here let's also do some. So here somewhere here the temperature is called NDT. The temperature at which you find 0% ductility. So we call it nil ductility temperature, NDT. So you see the energy absorbed is very low, or you find 100% brittle fracture or cleavage fracture. Similarly, on the other extreme, you find that the energy absorbed is very high and the percentage brittle fracture is 0. So somewhere at that temperature we call it FTP, fracture transition plastic, okay, where you find 0% brittle, okay, and whereas somewhere here you find 50% brittle and 50% ductile, which is called FATT, fracture appearance transition temperature. So here you have 50% ductile and 50% brittle. So you can determine the temperature ranges, okay. So if the temperature is less than FATT, usually FATT is considered to be DBTT in many cases. So if the temperature is less than FATT, then you see that the material has higher brittle fracture tendency, whereas if FATT, the temperature is greater than FATT, then you can say that the material is, trying to undergo ductile behavior. So this graph will actually explain you the energy versus temperature graph will actually explain you, okay. So and how it is considered, this has been plotted using impact testing at this different range of temperatures, okay. So again, which is beneficial, whether the low DBTT is beneficial or high DBTT. So always remember, lower DBTT is beneficial for us. But why lower DBTT is beneficial? So DBTT is low in the sense the brittle range, okay, the brittle temperature range is decreased. We actually call BTR, brittle temperature range. If DBTT is decreased, then the temperature in which the brittle fracture is taking place is reduced. So let's say two materials A and B. Let's say A has DBTT of 100 degrees and B has DBTT of 200 degrees. So for A, you are using in some high temperature application of about 120 degrees, let's assume. So at 120 degrees it will not undergo brittle fracture because it is higher than its DBTT. Whereas if the DBTT temperature is 200 degrees for second material, so you cannot use before 200 degrees. You have to use that material only beyond greater than 200 degrees Celsius. Why? In order to use it in commercial application, we actually don't want a material to fail in a brittle manner, okay, because it is very serious, it is very catastrophic, okay. So lower DBTT means you have low brittle temperature range. That means the material can be used commercially in vast or wide range of temperatures. So that's one thing which you have to know, that lower DBTT will always be beneficial. So yeah, that's it for this video. So this video is actually explaining you about DBTT, okay. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and also share with all the GATE Metallurgy aspirants, and also visit everythingmetallurgy.com, okay. So we have one of the best video course, so please do go check out everythingmetallurgy.com, and also we have one of the most affordable test series for GATE Metallurgy 2021 as well as 2022. So please do go and check out. And today is October 28th. Today this channel, Everything Metallurgy YouTube channel, has been completed 2 years, 2 successful years, and thank you each and every one of you for supporting. I hope this support will stay with us forever, and we'll try to, we promise you that we'll help you with our videos, tests, and these type of crash courses. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot from the bottom of my heart. Thank you once again.